All right, everybody, welcome back to Auto Auction Rehabs here in the greater Austin area, Austin, Texas. So today we have the journey, and I've already done some sanding here on the rear lift gate and over here on the hood. Done some sanding, and leaves have all fallen on it. But that was just preliminary sanding, so I'm not worried about that. The roof also has the same issue, and I pretty much decided what we're going to do. We're going to go back with the original color on here as well as on the hood, and on the roof we're going to do a satin black polyurethane single stage. So stay with me. We'll do some video on this and probably put you in fast motion mode, and while I do a bit of sanding, and we'll go from there. Let's see what kind of progress we're making. So here we go, just on this half. I'm using the DA with 320. This clear coat is really thick, and it is peeling all the way down to the bottom. So it's pretty much all got to come off, and in spots you can see where I've gone down to the primer. I'm not going to go down any further, but what you need to do is you need to make sure that you don't feel any edges after you've sanded. I feel a little bit right there. None there. None along here. See, so you take off all those edges, and then when you put your base coat down and clear it, then you're not going to see any of the underlying problems with the peeling clear coat. So I'm going to get on the rest of this hood. I'll put you in fast motion, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we've done a little bit of the hood, a little bit fast motion there, and my goal here is to stay out of the primer as much as possible. As you can see, that doesn't always work because there's high spots and low spots on this thing, big time. And I've done just a little bit to show you what it takes to take some of this down. I'm also thinking that the hood might look all right in a satin black along with the roof. What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you think it's better to go with the blue on the hood and black on the roof, or black on the roof and the hood. I think it would look cool black. Yes, I am going to take out the squirters. This is just a preliminary sanding, and then I'll wash it, degrease it, bring it inside, wet sand with 400 prior to masking and taping. So this is just preliminary. This is just to get down to where there are no ridges on this old. See here, right here, there's still a lot of ridges. This needs work. This, not so bad. This needs a lot of work. And I say a lot of work, probably another 15 or 20 minutes. Anyhow, we'll go from there, and we'll come back once I'm done with that. Well, there we go, pretty much done on the hood. I will use the water-based degreaser, maybe wet sand one more time with 400, and then the hood is pretty much good to go. I'm going to start up on the roof. I guess what I need to do really is take these off. Anybody know how to get those off without tearing them up? I do not. Looks like maybe it comes apart here somehow. I will have to take a look and see what I can find out. But we'll come back once I've got those off, and we'll start sanding on the hood, or on the roof. Okay, so I figured out how to do this. Basically, there's some little clips, one on each side and one in the back. I just used a plastic tool. Let me get you in there better. You're still on the tripod, so that's what's making it difficult. Anyway, so I used a plastic tool like this, put in here, and just pried it up gently. After much trial and error trying to push it in from the sides, I realized I was going the wrong way. They need to come out. But if you just pry up gently, they should pop right off through the both ends. And then there is a couple of what appear to be 10mm nuts on some, I don't know, those look like they're kind of like plastic bolts that come through. This should come right off, and then we can set it aside, sand the roof, paint it, and not have any issues. This is the tool that I used here. These are like $1 or something at Harbor Freight. They're not much. It's been a long time since I bought them. They're not much though. Get yourself a set of these. These are a lot better than using a screwdriver because these are a bit malleable. And if you're trying to pry plastic, screwdriver will just tear up your plastics. Whereas these don't do so as easily. So get yourself a set of these if you're doing any stuff on your car, putting a new radio in, or, you know, at anything where you're having to remove plastics and clips. These things are great. All right, let me get these off and we'll come back. Okay, so here we are. Removed this nut, removed that nut, which fell inside here. So I gotta scoop that out. You're gonna need a 10mm deep socket in order to get those out. And then take them off both ends, and it lifts right off. See? And then you've got these plastic studs sticking out. And this should just, there we go, it just comes right off. The whole thing comes off in one piece. Those plastics will slide right off the end. I'm going to wash those. I'm going to clean this up a bit, throw it in the car, and wait for reassembly. All right, fellas, keep watching. More to come. All right, here we are about 3.5 hours later, and